Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first race of the season of the NNSCRA T Mobile Cup Series, the final season that'll be taking place. Want to thank off every single person who's been a part of the series since the past and present, and to the drivers that signed up. So, without further ado, let's get on down to your starting lineup. On the pole for this Daytona 500, Adam Flickinger will make his rookie debut. He'll be alongside Cole Deaver in the 3. Vince Freeze will be starting 3rd in the 14. Starting 4th will be Joshua Osborne in the 20. 5th, Stephen Pollard the 3rd. That's one of the cars that's won the Daytona 500 before in the past. Alex Bonsignor had won that one before. RJ Bishop in the 97 will start 6th. Zachary Fitzwater starting 7th. 8th, Kyle Matthews 9th. Michael Norman completing the top 10. Derek Campbell making his rookie debut. Some of these guys that are rookies in this series, this is the first time they've ever made a start in this series altogether. The rest are starting lineup from 11 on back. Carson Gum making his return to the series. Mitchell Collins, I believe he's a veteran, so leave that there. Some of these guys were part of last season too that may have had some new rides or same rides. Adam Garcia moving to the 2. Jack Hallaker, winner and Joltis from last season there. Kev Sheeran, the 32. Bill Parker, Sebastian Kukulon, Charles Sanford, JT Bryant moving over from the 2 to the 28. Jessica Shelton, Zach Winkle, Adam Macklin. He is brand new to my channel. Never heard of him before. Hopefully we'll see what will happen. The same can be said for Wes McCoy. And on the final row, we have William Brock and Jay Jefferson making his debut onto this channel as well. So good to see that right there. I'll probably leave this up so that way I won't get too confused with the names. Maybe. We'll see. Other than that, it's very simple. It's a 20-race season, and the one with the most points, of course, ends up as the champion. We will see what'll happen as these 20 races go on by. Some very well-known NASCAR tracks, a few fixtures along the way, but of course, the Daytona 500, a very big, prestigious event that is taking place. Without further ado, let's go down trackside to get those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Well, with the command that's been given, all 42 drivers you see right there, they are rolling on and off right there. And I'm quickly checking here with the last season's Daytona 500. And it was the 43 that ended up taking the victory at that point. So you see they are taking that luxurious turn 4 camera angle right there. And Johnny Gardner was the one that won the Daytona 500 last season. So he's in the 15 this season. Love this camera angle right here, as you can see. All 42 drivers going off there. Pace car coming on down pit road. 30 laps. Let's get this show on the road, folks. The final season of the T Mobile Cup Series is underway. Green flag is out. Heading down to complete lap number 1. Vince Freeze in the 14 will lead the first lap. And ironic enough, that's the car that won the championship last season, which was Rob Evans. You'll see him in a bit. That's that Dale Jr. colors you're going to see in that number 8 car, which you could already see. He's already in a bit of a pickle right there with James Qualls right there in the 19. It's not really giving him a lot of mercy right there. And wisely, Evans will go back on the high line right there. And that is not Zach Winkle you're seeing the 3. That is Cole Deaver. Kind of crazy to think that Winkle is not in the 3 for 3 consecutive seasons. But to the inside, Carson Gum making his return to the channel. And what a way to do it in the T Mobile Cup Series. for a second season that he is a part of, because I know he was a part of it a couple seasons ago. And Carson Gum coming to the line will lead a lap right there. Not a bad way to return. And now Mitchell Collins in the 26. Trying to do what he can to get out there in the front. Whoa, 88 of Chris Dollarton. Who, keep in mind, this is his final NRSL season. Well, NRSL channel, but mainly NSCRA series that's a part of this channel, of a start right here. Dollarton mentioned that this would be the final time this would ever be seen his name a part of any part of this channel or any NR series altogether. He's trying to go out with one last hurrah. Can he do one more Daytona 500? That would mean a lot. Keep in mind, this is the Season 2 Daytona 500 winner. And actually, it's the first time he's been in the series ever since season, I think it's Season 2, ironic enough. Right now, Gum in a not bad lead. Now here comes the 31 of Andrew Miller. Coming for second over Mitchell Collins. Is going to get it. And you see Mitchell Collins' teammate, Carter Friesen, now going to the inside. Is the blue Kmart Ford. Now you're probably wondering, did the 26 was the last car being picked? You would think so. Unfortunately, that was not the case for this season. Instead, the last car that ended up getting picked was, in fact, if I can look correctly when I look at the sign-up videos, Andrew Miller is out in front. That was Benjamin Miles in the 55. Oh, and there's a car blowing the motor. It's Levi McIntyre in the 99. As I was just trying to look for more info, the 99 has blown the motor. And McIntyre will not win this year's Daytona 500. I guarantee he's going to wish that never happened. Meanwhile, as that happened, it did kind of separate the pack a little bit. As you see now, the front, I believe this is the front 9. Well, the front 7, rather, are together. And then the back 3, 8th, 9th, and 10th, which is Chris Dollarton, Jack Halleck, and Zachary Fitzwater. See it updated here. McIntyre now down on pit road. And then he got 11th on to 14th all together. And then 15th on back basically is all together. Now they're just trying to find ways to work together, work their way up. And speaking of the Daytona 500 champion from last season, Johnny Gardner all the way in the rear of the field. Here comes Jesse Turner in the 17. He had a really subpar last season. He had a couple of good runs and almost had a chance to win a couple races, but right now in the 17 Ford, now there's a weird little conspiracy theory that him and RJ Bishop, they actually went for Roush cars together because of teammates being a part of the NRSL series. Well, for right now, we shall see how that'll go, and we'll see if RJ will work with them at one point during the season. Zach Rogers out in front is that Coors Light Dodge, that silver bullet running on full head of steam right there. And that intimidating number 40 right there. And going to have to deal with the bumper full of Jesse Turner and the 31 of Andrew Miller. Carson Gum, I'll tell you what, he's had a really good comeback in the series here. I believe my memory serves me correctly. He, too, his last run was Season 2 as well. And it looks like 11th on back right here. They decided, well, we got to make sure we stay together, work our way up. And you can see they're going 3 wide all around here. Still clean and green, which is a great sign right there. This main pack, however, they're starting to mainly get into pack racing. That's kind of not really, catching up to that front 10 at all. They need to have some drivers kind of go single file to where they can catch up. However, they are kind of really gaining some ground, but not a whole lot. Now Matthews trying to lead the charge along with William Brock in the 4. Brock last season was a part of the 88. And now the Morgan McClure car there, working his way up. And then you got Phil Parker making his rookie debut in the series. Of course, was a part of the Cup program last season and the season before that in the Xfinity, but never made a debut onto the series until today. So good to see Parker out there in the Joe Nemechek Oakwood Homes Chevrolet there. Jay Jefferson, who started dead last, I'll tell you what, slowly and steadily, because this is Daytona, he worked his way up in the front, got stuck behind that the slow lap car, or not lap car, but the blown-up car of Levi McIntyre, which I believe we have gotten word he is out of the race. He's still out on the track, rather. And Jefferson inside the top 15, and now the pack has formed again. Johnny Gardner, I think, wisely just chilling in the back right now. I don't blame him. There's still plenty of racing going on, so nothing too fancy yet. And the good news is everyone's going to be forming up again. And now Trent Dunham, the inaugural Daytona 500 winner. And almost a two-time Daytona 500 winner in this series. Up to the front. Turner now up to the point, bring along Andrew Miller. I'll tell you what, Jesse Turner, Andrew Miller, and Carson Gum. Safe to say they've had the three best cars out here today. Kyle Matthews, though, says, forget about that. I am going for the lead. Oh, man, it looks like the three of Cole Deaver almost being put to the middle 4 wide right there. That would have been very, very bad. And now the 41 cars remaining in this pack. They have all worked together, and now they're big into a big formation of a pack. And now it has been confirmed Levi McIntyre out of the race with a camshaft issue. Excuse me there, and I may have to cough one more time here. Anyways, so far as what you're seeing, though, everyone's kind of remaining into that 3x3 stable, which I do not blame them. If they do really go 4 wide, coming onto this version, it is not a good idea. That is a very bad thing. 3 wide, though, you could definitely handle it no problem whatsoever. No one's really making some risky moves. There were a couple of close moments, but they have kept it together, and we have still been racing clean ever since. And a lot of times, they'll try to go 4 wide heading into this turn right here in turn number 1. That's where a very prominent spot you can see that they'll make a lot of 4 wide attempts. And even at times turn 3, too. Kyle Matthews bringing along his good friend, Jessica Shelton. Now Shelton to the inside of the 5 for the lead. Now here comes Angel Navarro in the 96. And look at that 28 of JT Bryant all over the back bumper of the 96, pushing Navarro all the way up. I'll tell you what, some of the guys who are trying to work their way up, like Rob Evans, he's been kind of midfield, and now finally working his way up on the inside line. That middle line is just no-go zone. You don't want to be in that area for sure. You'll just go nowhere at all. And now Rob Evans, the champion, would like a Daytona 500 winner to really boost himself up in the battle for another championship here. Let's go on board with the Budweiser Chevrolet of Rob Evans. Check out his view that he's got. Let's go in the cockpit, rather. You can see in that helmet cam right there, Evans trying to make a block on R.J. Bishop, but can't seem to do it. And now Bishop's starting to work underneath, but you are seeing with here in the front of the pack, but mainly look at the mirror, you can see they're just remaining to be 3x3 throughout this entire portion of this field. They'll be doing this for a good portion of this race. That's just the way how they are designed and set up, especially with these cars here. Definitely, without a doubt. Here comes the 0-2. We haven't really talked about him a whole lot there. That's Zach Winkle. Now, that was who we mentioned that was in the 3 car the last couple of seasons. Is, man, Dylan Young just put a block us. Oh, they're 4 wide in the rear of the field. And they are going to keep it together for now. They were a brief 4 wide there for a brief moment, but they kept it together. But back to Zach Winkle. He's in the 0-2 this season. Last 2 seasons, he's been a part of the 3. And both times has been very disastrous. However, a new look could mean a lot of things. Now, my memory serves me correctly. I believe... Yes, indeed, the case. 2 seasons ago, this car did win the championship, so that's something to keep an eye on for sure. And now Stephen Pollard III working his way up to the inside line. How about Kyle Keith? How about the 44 of Adam Flickinger? Remember the fact that Zach retired altogether. He's allowing William to run in the NRSL and then Adam to run in the NNSCRA. Adam's got about 10 races worth of experience there. Being a part of the Xfinity Series in the NRSL and won a race there over Pocono. Now he's running a full season in the NNSCRA T Mobile Cup Series. And I thought again they were going to go 4 wide right there, but keep it together. Adam Flickinger, though, got put in the middle. James Quall's going to block that highline for whatever reason. And here comes the previous Daytona 500 winner, Johnny Gardner, starting to work his way up through that field to the inside of Qualls for second. Man, they're really tempting to go 4 wide right there. That 45 just got back in line. Jay Jefferson, you just seen right there, barely kept his way together. And I'll tell you what, we are past halfway. Still no yellows. I am very amazed, but I hope as I say that, I hope I don't jinx the field. But you can see they're really trying to attempt that 4 wide. It's like they're really teasing that opportunity. But I guarantee you is that the moment they do it, that wreck will come and it will take out some drivers. Kind of been doing around mid-rear pack, so not really a whole lot, but still a good number of cars could get involved. And now Seth Cole, the NCAA president, now working to the inside. Underneath Nathan Hudson. Can he make a block on Gardner? Or Gardner put the block on Seth Cole. Yes, he does. And now Kev Shearer, the triggered boy, to the inside of Seth. That's for second. Can't seem to do it yet. I'll tell you what, this 3x3 you're seeing a lot of, though. It's what's really going to be a major influence in this race. Now, Seth Cole said, forget your Daytona 500 previous win. I won a Daytona 500 win. And look at this, the 18 right there of Michael Norman was working with Kev Shearer, and I think that's just classic Michael Norman. He said, forget it. I am not working with you anymore. Michael Norman making his return to the channel here, which is great to see in that Interstate Batteries Toyota. Kind of weird to see him in the 18 out of all, but starting to be the new look for Michael Norman there. Ditching the 3, going to the 18. Where have we seen that before? Derek Hamill in the 0-1. Not really much known about him, I'll tell you what. Working his way up into that inside line. I know he's been a part of a few NNSCRA series, but doing a not bad look so far in that 0-1 singular wireless Dodge. Not a bad look at all. Rogers. And now Jonathan Sorlin working on the inside line. Here comes Charles Sanford, Carson Gum yet again, and Jack Halleck. You gotta remember, Jack Halleck had a very miserable season, had been part of the meme fest ever since that last season, but he did win the finale race at Joltis. He did say no more memes this season. I didn't mind it, but at the same time, want to change. We'll see what happens. That means he's in good spirit. He does not want to let the past reflect upon. And at the line, it will be 11 laps to go. Again, I'm very amazed how we have not had any cautions yet. Despite a blow-up from Levi McIntyre earlier on in the race, we have kept a green flag race at Daytona. And I don't think, if my memory serves me correctly, we've ever had a caution-free race at Daytona. Not just in this series, but in this channel alone, excluding the Gatorade duels and the Budweiser shootouts and all. And man, Freeze just trying to figure out where to block. And really couldn't seem to block the 7 for whatever reason. And now here comes the 3 of Cole Deaver. To the inside line. Going for the lead. Mitchell Collins in that 26 now sees the opportunity. Going for that top position. Can't seem to do it. Collins now trying to lead. However, that 3 of Cole Deaver led the line. Now here comes Trent Dunn in the 1 and Kyle Matthews in the 5. Don't count out at Andrew Miller in the 31 as well. It looks like these guys know they're at 10 to go. They don't want to make anything really stupid right now. Making some really smart moves. See if we can go on board. One of the drivers in the middle of the pack right there. See if we go on board Chris Dollarton, that 88 there. Let's go on the roof cam. Check out that view of that UPS Ford. As you see, Chris Dollarton get as mentioned his final season. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on my throat right now. Coughing, rather. You can see that how that pack is just mainly staying to be 3 wide, not really ever trying to make a 4 wide attempt. A very smart move by these drivers. 1 4 wide move, it does raise a lot of question. And with the laps ticking down, you can see on the top right there, caution comes out. There's only going to be a handful of laps to determine the winner of this race, so they know a lot is on the line. Miller out in front. Now the 43 of Sebastian Kukalon. Now trying to take the lead. Couldn't do it. Now here comes the 33 of Phil Parker to the inside. I'll tell you what, they had a couple teams going 4 wide, and now they're just saying, you know what, we're not going to cause a wreck. We're going to keep it clean and green. I'm amazed at that there. And Benjamin Miles having the distinct honor as the driver that picked the final scheme, this time being the 55. Oh, there's a 4 wide, I think, coming over in the rear. Yes, indeed, that's Chris Dollarton. Oh, hang it together, Dollarton, and he will tuck back in line just in the nick of time. And I thought for a second he was a goner. But Miles and Young lead at the line. You then see JT Bryant get kicked up to the high line by Zach Winkle in the 0-2. Kyle Keefe now starting to make a presence. Same with Jessica Shelton. Remember for Jessica Shelton, she won a Daytona 500 almost a year ago in the NNSCRA back in January. Back in late January, early February. They're going to go 4 wide for the top 5 position. Look at this. This is not good. Someone is going to have to bail. Oh, and they got to keep it together. Oh, and they're going to keep it together somehow. Kyle Keefe went to that high line. He hit the gas. Now he's in the middle. Now he's going to try to go low. Hudson couldn't try to put the block on in time and just sticks his nose underneath the Amco Dodge. Holy cow. Kyle Keefe, I thought we're going to go from middle high, middle low, but just couldn't finish the move. Five to go when we cross the line here. Benjamin Miles still out in front, and they're really trying to push 4 wide for second, which that would be a very catastrophic move by these drivers. I believe, too, if we cross the line at lap 27, the race will end under yellow. If they cross the line now, it will be a 1-lap shootout. So now they know, because them cautions, that comes out now. That's ball game right there. That's the race right there. So you know they don't want to make now a really crucial mistake. And I guarantee you, coming with 2 to go, even the white flag, they will try to go 4 wide. I will guarantee you that without a doubt. But it's still Benjamin Miles out in front. Look at James Qualls starting to work his way up. He is currently 3rd right now. Now here comes the 36 of Pollard to 3rd. Here comes Angel Navarro working his way up. Johnny Gardner trying to make it 2 in a row. Uh-oh, 4 wide in the rear of the field a little bit there, and they're going to keep it together. But it's still all Benjamin Miles out in front. He's been leading the last 5 laps. He's trying to hold off Pollard, and Pollard said, well, your fun's over. I want that lead. Here comes Pollard to the M&M's Pontiac for MB2. Now Johnny Gardner for DEI, along with Seth Cole in the 24. Derek Hamill in the 0-1. Don't forget the 500, and let alone any of these races with the SS's. They have been home to major underdog victories here. And I mean underdog, especially some of the guys that not many people have known. Sometimes that's how you get your name out there. You win races like these, and then your name gets out there for sure. Kind of spread out 3 wide right now. They're giving each other some room, which is a good sign right there. Jonathan Zorlin's starting to work his way up. 3 laps to go for the Caterpillar Dodge. Here comes Seth Cole working to the inside for the lead. I'd keep an eye on Michael Norman, that 18, because look at that. He made a move on Jonathan Zorlin right there. And Michael Norman, this is his home track right here. This is Michael's home track, Daytona Beach, Florida, Daytona National Speedway. A win here would mean a lot to this 18 team. Here comes Michael to the inside. Is he going to go 3 wide for the lead? Seth throws a block. 2 to go when we cross the line here at Daytona. A lot is on the line. Look out for Carson Gummy, maybe the odd one out, going for this win. At the line, Seth Cole leads him down. 2 laps to go. And it looks like from the way how things are going, we may finish this race caution-free, which that would be an ultimate first in T-Mobile Cup Series history. Despite Levi McIntyre blowing the motor, only a couple laps in the race, Norman out in front. Here comes Fitzwater trying to take the lead. Look at Carson Gum in the 10 working his way underneath on the inside line. And where in the world is Jack Halleck been in the 7? When they come to the line, it will be the white flag here at Daytona. Fans are up on their feet. Norman, Gum, Halleck, Sanford, currently the top 4 on the inside line. White flag at the line. Final lap for Michael Norman. These 3 may have the best shot at winning the race here. Look at this, though. Here comes Carson Gum to the inside, though, for the lead. Halleck goes to the high line. Here comes Charles Sanford in the 25. Adam Garcia is also working his way up as well. Gum trying to get that run on the inside line. He's got no draft. Norman trying to get all the draft he can. Now Gum's getting the draft. Here comes Charles Sanford in the 25. Adam Garcia in the 2. Norman's trying to fight on that high line. Look at that 18 Interstate Batteries Pontiac right there. But Carson Gum's got a good run coming off turn 4. Wait a minute. Look at Norman on the high line. Can he get a run coming to start-finish line? Coming to the line. It ain't going to be enough. Carson Gum wins the Daytona 500. Unbelievable job for Carson Gum in his return to the series and return to the channel. Carson Gum. You want to talk about a return? How about that right there for that 10 team? Whoa, baby. Caution free. 41 cars finishing the race. And how about Gum? And the funny thing, too, is that the 27 was the car that got taken out. Put in was the 10. And out of nowhere, Carson Gum takes the ride and wins the Daytona 500. I believe, too, from what we are gathering, this is also his first Daytona 500 victory ever. A big congratulations to Johnny, well, why did I say Johnny Carter? Why am I saying it? To Carson Gum, I'm probably thinking Jake is a Johnny Benson, and then I don't know. Carson Gum, congratulations to him on the Daytona 500. I almost lose my voice a little bit right here. That was crazy. Here's the rest of your results as they're shown there. Carson Gum with the Daytona 500 win, followed by Michael Norman in second. Third, Charles Sanford, great run, just a little short there on getting that run, but he'll come away with a podium there. Jack Halleck, after everything that happened, he'll still come away fourth. And Cole Deaver, not a bad run for him in fifth. RJ Bishop in sixth. Zachary Fitzwater seventh. The champion, Rob Evans, will come away eighth. Adam Garcia will come away ninth, and Seth Cole completing the top 10. So here's the rest of your drivers, as shown right here. Chris Dollarton will come away 11th right there. Not a bad run for his final start of this farewell tour right there. Derek Campbell, not a bad debut for him. Him and Freeze had a really oh man, I said Rob Evans. Wow, that's bad. I meant to say Vince Freeze. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I said Rob Evans. That was a huge fail. What am I saying there? I'm definitely getting last season's cars mixed up here. Vince Freeze came away 8th. My apologies there. We'll mention about Rob Evans in a bit there because he's in the 8 car. Hamill came away 12th. Pollard the third came away 13th. Jay Jefferson, how about that? Not a bad job for his debut. Hamill, not a bad debut for them. Same with Vince Freeze. They had really good runs right there. They ended up inside the top 15. James Qualls ended the 15th. Jonathan Zorlin, Kyle Matthews, Kyle Keefe, Johnny Gardner, Zach Rogers completing the top 20. Benjamin Miles came away 22nd. Some other notables there. Adam Flickinger, the pole sitter, came away 28th. Rob Evans ended up 40th right there. Wow, he fell back badly. Andrew Macklin, not a really good debut for him. Same for Wes McCoy. Didn't really talk about him a whole lot. Same for Joshua Osborne. They finished in the rear of the field there. And unfortunately, the last car to finish on the lead lap was Phil Parker, while Levi McIntyre was the last one to finish. Well, was the last one to finish there with a DNF there, with a camshaft there. He was the last to finish. He just DNF. So last to finish the race was Parker. What am I saying? I'm out of breath right there. Congratulations to Carson Gum on the victory. Thank you guys for watching. Rather different Daytona 500, but still a good one nonetheless. Caution free, which the odds of that very crazy. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe part of the channel here by hitting that subscribe button down below, as you've been watching production of the NNSCRA offline racing at its best. Till then, goodbye everybody from Daytona Beach, Florida. We will see you guys later for race number 2. Till then, goodbye everybody. Here come the points like always.